Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I want to talk to you about the last challenge that Call of Duty World War II has to overcome. The gameplay you're going to get to see is MWR, no actual World War II gameplay, though we had a ton of that in the beta. But overall, CoD World War II is shaping up to be a really good game as far as I or anyone else can tell. In the CoD world, it's basically already performed 6 of the 7 labors of Hercules.
Honey, you mean Hercules! I'd like to make some sweet music!
Number 1, we have no jetpacks or weird stuff, no lasers, no plasma cannons, no sci-fi nonsense, just a good old boots on the ground historical shooter with no sci-fi elements. Number 2, we got server and network improvements for the first time in ages. The game runs on 60 Hz servers with a ton of dedicated servers for a lot of coverage. This works on both PC and console. That's going to be fantastic. We got a PC version that actually works. As I've stated before, it's far from perfect, but it's a version that will boot up and play Call of Duty in a normal manner and is entirely enjoyable. We have what appears to be a ranked mode right off the bat. Now, the final playlist in game isn't out yet, but if the leaks and some of the dev stuff are any indication, ranked is going to be a very important part of Call of Duty World War II, and I say that's a good thing. It should join the rest of the modern shooters in having ranked be such an important part. The menus are getting a huge overhaul. We've basically had the same Call of Duty menu since maybe CoD 2. I mean, they've added combat record and some emblems and some stuff, but it's been the same boring, generic game menu that everything else has had. Now we actually get the headquarters mode, which is fun. We've got era authentic supply drops, no pink camos, no leprechaun gear, no goofy stuff, and as far as we can tell, it's going to be cosmetic only at the launch window. The 7th labor, a fair and consumer-friendly supply drop model? Oh man, we don't know anything about that. We have no idea what that supply drop business model is going to look like, and I think about CoD World War II as a race, and I would hate to see somebody run a race and get to that last hurdle being the nice consumer-friendly supply drops and have it go like this. So yeah, all jokes aside, this is one area of the game we know almost nothing about, and it can still be messed up quite badly. This is one thing that can still push me away from Call of Duty World War II. I sit here every day and think, oh God, please, Sedgeheimer, don't screw this up, don't screw this up, just be a normal supply drop model. I don't want to be sitting here staring at the menu with the supply drop system and being stuck between enjoying a game and having morals and not contributing to systems I don't like. I just want a decent supply drop system, and for me it's a big spooky question. And you may be asking yourself, why haven't we heard anything about this? It's a huge question for almost everybody that's played Call of Duty for the last 3 or 4 years. What's the supply drop model going to look like? How is it going to be incentivized? How would it make me spend my money? Is it going to be cosmetics? Now, they've answered some of these things, but a lot of it's still largely undiscussed, and that's mostly for marketing reasons. If you think about it, the supply drop models aren't really marketing points. They're not really exciting to talk about. You go to E3 and you've got the show floor, and it's like, we're going to show off multiplayer, and we're going to show off this flamethrower and this really cool campaign trailer. They're not going to be like, yeah, we've changed the ratios on our supply drops to drop exactly 12.5% more gear, and we allowed for additional grinding for players that don't want to spend money, along with community events that get you blah 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 points. Like, that's not exactly a hype marketing point. It's also possible that the system is still being worked on at this point, likely fine-tuned, but that's still a thing, and they don't want to kind of like reveal something they were working on, especially when it comes to something as important to this, and then have it not pan out for the final version and have to be pulled. There's been issues with games they'll show, or even movies, they'll show stuff in the trailer that's not in the final product, and it really pisses consumers off. And finally, I doubt that anybody at Activision or Sledgehammer or anybody that worked on this game wants it to feel piecemealed out. There are some games that have had some major bombs recently when they launch with paid DLC, when they launch with a lot of unlocks kind of tied into RNG or something. It makes it feel like not a game as much as a marketing system, or that they've sold you half a game. I'm sure you've all seen the little memes about the hamburger and how you pay for the lettuce and pay for the bun and pay for the tomato and all that kind of stuff. Nobody really wants that. So for a couple of different marketing and financial reasons, I would bet that we do not see what the supply drop system is until the game is out. Like, I mean, until literally the day it comes out, we probably won't see anything about the supply drop system. It may even be like Black Ops 3, where it's developed but not turned on until later on into the cycle. Which leads me to the point of this video, is that there's still the possibility that it could be not consumer friendly. For this system to work, for any game company to make any money these days, it has to be built in a way that encourages people to spend money. We know that. That's not a secret. There's nothing you know, surprising about that. But there's good ways and bad ways to encourage that kind of behavior. Typically this comes in some sort of grind versus buy system, where you can unlock the content simply by playing a lot, saving your coins, saving your tokens, your parts, whatever it is, and you can just continually save up and build up and grind up toward your big rewards. Or if you don't have time or patience to grind up, then you can pay and use money as a shortcut. This is kind of how it works in every single game, with the exception of a handful of games that only sell cosmetics and skins. And there has to be some sort of RNG element to it to make it exciting, to make it fun, to make it feel like you're doing something. Everybody will say gambling and endorphin rushes, and yeah, that's all true. But imagine like a paid system where you would just pay to skip a grind. Like, imagine if there was literally just one currency, and every crate you opened, or you didn't even earn a crate, just every game you got like a token and it cost 1,000 tokens. You would be like, well, I'm gonna play 1,000 games before I get this next gun, but if I pay money, I can skip 100 games and I'll pay it 10 times, and you're just paying money to watch this like progress bar fill up. Games that do that, where you kind of buy XP and buy skips and stuff, those are brutal. Nobody likes to pay money to watch a progress bar go up, which is why the supply drop model and the RNG elements are more popular. Though as much as the pure grindy method can be annoying, I think the pure random method is much worse. That's one of the things that drove me crazy about Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3, is that it was just random what you got in those crates, and you really didn't get much in the way of rewards for duplicates. I mean, they added some systems in later, but basically at the start it was just random. Every crate was totally random, and the pure random with no progression whatsoever, no way to save up, just drove me and other people crazy. I think Modern Warfare Remastered did it best with its basic collection system, where you can choose what path of rewards you want and the multiple currencies and the way to grind your up, and I hope that a similar system to MWR is implemented. That one made the most sense to me. It's a basic hybrid grind system with relatively easy unlocks if you specialize, or if you want all this stuff, then you'll be needing to pay money. And I hope that Sledgehammer gets this right. I'm just sitting here like, please don't screw this up. I want to be playing CoD World War II and have a good time this year, and I'm just like sweating it out. I don't really have a way to go on this commentary, a way to end. It's just something that's been on my mind and that I kind of wanted to talk about, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Drifter out.